4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey guys, Ranjan here, bringing you all sorts of commentary. This is going to be the second set between Cal, aka Godzilla, versus Saint. This is going to be on match point, and this is of course part of the round of 16 of the Nate MSL. We're just slowly running up the road to greatness. It's going to have this MSL looking out fairly awesome, despite the fact that my favorite protoss players have been knocked out very early on. But what are you going to do? So we're going to have Cal at the upper right-hand position, the 1 o'clock as the red protoss. We're going to have Saint at the lower left-hand position, 7 o'clock as the purple. Where is that pink? I think that's purple zerg. Match point 2-player map. And zergs do not like this map just because getting their third gas is so out of their way. And Saint, despite playing beautifully in round 32, I don't think is quite capable of figuring Cal out here. Cal played dominating in the first game. Absolutely dominating. There's very little else I can use to describe what he did. He just dominant standard play, getting a crap load of Corsairs going, getting a lot of ground forces, very heavily based on Dragoons as well, and just using those to go around, massacre anything that Saint had. I think there were close to 20, if not 20 overlord kills in that first set between these two guys. So Saint desperately has to bring up, he used to be a sort of a Protoss sniper back in the day, but he really has to, when I say back in the day, I believe about a year ago, but he really has to bring that back. He really has to bring those skills back if he wants to have a chance against Cal here. Cal, very solid player, has shown himself to be playing at a very high level right now. So I really look forward to seeing what he does, if he does manage to get through to the round of 8 here. And if he plays like he played last time, just in top form, basically making very few mistakes, and the mistakes he did make were in the end inconsequential. We did see him go for a Forge Fast Expand while Saint went for a Overpull. So I almost called him Light there. The guys are of course on the same team. And now Probe, doing heavy damage to the drone. The expansion's gonna come late. Probe, just pushing back. I'm going to see whether he plants a pylon. He's going to plant a pylon. No, he's just going to run back. Actually going to allow that expansion to come up. But still, meanwhile, he's going to be pushed back by those single zerglings. He does put down a photon cannon. 2 photon cannons outside his own natural expansion because he saw that overpull coming up. So 6 zerglings. Meanwhile, going to run right towards his base. Going to try to do a run by. Saint's going to try to play a little bit aggressively. But he's moving out another drone. Most likely to put down another base. We're going to see what actually goes for that upper left-hand third gas, and that's of course one of the weaknesses for Zerg on this map. Your third gas is so far out of the way. You could theoretically go for the 6 o'clock, but that's also quite a bit far out of the way for reinforcement route. Unless you go for heavy mutaplay, you could possibly reinforce that fairly quickly that way. But you're not gonna be able to defend your bases really until you go for hive tech and get some Nidus canals up there. Saint not actually gonna go for the run by, just trying to kill his probe off. Cal being very good with his probe scout, just running around, still has that stolen minerals, gotten all of his full shields up, just running inside the main, going to spot the extractor coming down, but he knows there's going to be a 3-base strategy coming in from Light, so he's not going to be able to get his lair up, and almost gets his probe surrounded there. I'm sorry, Light, I call him Light again, I meant Saint, dear God. MBC, yeah, but talking about MBC, they've been doing pretty well in the Pro League, holding the 2nd spot, really getting his old coach. I can't praise that team enough, honestly. It just shows they have pretty much the same team they had last season, but a coaching change does this big of a difference. When a coaching change has this big of a difference on a team, that's just something to behold. Really, something goes to show that the guy who's in charge of the team really is important for the players' morale, playing style, and everything. Cal finally going to lose his probe scout. One more hit. Yeah, can run up his ramp. Yeah, just managing to get picked off. Not quite managed to save that probe. And we're going to see Saint now putting up his lure. And I just really look forward to seeing what strategies who goes for. As I said before, Cal not really big of an air strategy guy. He goes heavy Sairs, but you don't really see him often go for Sair Reaver. He's more of getting a huge ground army supported by Corsairs. And we're just going to see what Saint decides. I've been seeing a lot of Zerg actually, instead of going for that 3-base 5-hatch Hydra for the Neo Sauron build, I've seen a lot of them going for switching up into heavy Mutaplay instead. And we're going to see whether he does that or decides just to go for the good old standard Hydra. He's probably going to put down his Spire first anyway. Get some Scourge out there to counteract these Corsairs. Really does not want to allow Cal to get the large Corsair number, which he had last time, because he didn't really, Saint really didn't have the Scourge to fight those off, did not have really enough anti-air to really do anything against that. But the target is now almost up for Cal, so we're going to see his initial Corsair scout is going to go around scout. But he already did get a fairly decent scout out, so he probably already know what's coming up, what's coming at him. Of course, he doesn't really know whether Saint's going to stick to the good old Sauron, Neo Sauron, or just go for Mutas. He did meanwhile get a probe at that upper left hand, not even waiting for his Corsair. Has something else in mind for that, mainly the killing of overlords, but getting the probe at that upper left, making sure it's there, spotting that out, adding just pylons at the moment. But we're going to see whether he actually decides to put up some sort of static anti-air defense, get some cannons a little bit near to his mineral line. Does have 4 Zealots out in the field, going much more Zealot heavy than the last time. Last time he had most of his army comprised of Dragoons. I did see a 4th hatchery now being put down by Satan. There's the 5th hatchery, most likely is going to be near Sauron. Heavy Hydra army. We're going to see what actually manages a lot better with heavy upgraded Hydra army instead of what he went for last time. Still don't see that Den coming up yet though. First Corsair, I believe that was the first Corsair, is going to kill the Overlord Scout, because doesn't really need to go scout quite yet with a Corsair, because he got the full-on scout, does exactly what he's going for, and a photon cannon actually going down inside of the main. I think I saw another tech building. I think I saw a robotics facility actually being put down by Cal. Has meanwhile a second Corsair at the upper left-hand position. I think I saw some Hydras out in the field. Might be a little bit wrong though. My eyes are kind of flickering all over the place. There is a sunken colony being put down the upper left. So 2 overlords so far already have been killed by Cal. Yeah, there is a Hydra. It's almost like I did see some Hydras out in the field. They're just saying at the moment, just putting up a defensive grid inside his base. And actually, Cal's gonna switch up, gonna go for Ser Reaver. Apparently, is gonna lose. Oh my, he's gonna lose a Corsair. Yes, most likely. Yeah, not gonna be able to. No, actually, Saint actually canceling that out, deciding not to go for that. But you know what, Cal is gonna go for an attack at the upper left. There is one single sunken defending that, and some Zerglings building in. Scal's gonna cancel that effect, but he's going for Ser Reaver. And I think this could be actually fairly effective the way things are right now. There's not a lot of anti-air out in the field right now. There are some Hydras, a few Scourge here and there, but Cal has been allowed to build up already a small Corsair fleet. I think 3 or 4 at the moment. More are on the way. So robotic support going to be ready soon. The shuttle, don't see that yet, but archery Scourge flying around, going to spot all that out. So at the very least, Satan's going to know what's going to be coming at him, but we'll be able to counter it. Much more important question there. Still has only those 3rd base up. He needs to get his Hydra number up to make sure that these Zealots don't go around and do some sort of damage. Has a few Hydras out in the field right now. Has an Evo Chamber as well, so we're going to be seeing some upgrades coming up. What was that? I think that was the 3rd gas coming up as well. But it really needs to think about getting a slightly larger force out in the field, still sticking to some Zerglings. Last time he stuck to Zerglings and didn't really help him out very much. Meanwhile, also has a fairly decent amount of drone saturation, a little bit more than I sometimes see, actually. But yeah, just getting that mining up, just getting those army up, and it really needs to make sure what's going to be important right now is to prevent this harassment from doing any sort of damage. Cal actually adding in a lot of gateways. So yeah, he is going to be just going for a quick attack with this Ser Reaver. I'm not even sure. Actually, I'm not even sure whether he built a shuttle. I haven't seen a shuttle from him. So this must actually be a defensive ploy from him. I'm not quite sure. Haven't seen a shuttle yet. I think he actually might have built his Reaver first. I'm not quite sure. Does have probably 6 Corsairs at the moment already. So I think if he's going to go for Ser Reaver, he's going to be fairly well